All right, so the next step in the tutorial, this part 4 of the tutorial, will be applying some color and textures to the cup. On the last tutorial, we made we laid out the UVs for texturing the cup, and this was the end result. So our next step will be to export this into a Photoshop file so we can start painting stuff over it. In order to do that, I'm going to go here on the UV sets, image menu inside the UV texture editor and select create PSD network. And I have a set of options. The first one is, okay, it's asking me where I'm going to create those images for my cup. For now, I'm just going to create them over the desktop, and I'm going to call them cup textures or cup texture only. Okay, let's save it. Then I don't have Photoshop here. We'll see another tool I'm going to show you guys, but you can use Photoshop inside the studio, doesn't matter. And then here, whenever we create this network of PSD, what Maya is going to do is create a layer for each of these attributes that will conform the final shader of the cup. In this case, we're only working with the color or the texture one. So I'm going to select color only and press this right arrow to add it to my file. And then I'm just going to hit create. Okay. Yeah. All right. So now you can find there's a tool here inside. If you don't have Photoshop at home, or well, you do have it at the studio, at the school, so you can use that one. I'm going to use this tool called Photoshop Online Free, which basically does the same as Photoshop or almost the same. And I'm going to open an image from the computer, and I save it on the desktop, and it's called cup texture. Open. Okay. All right. So this is it. This is the texture, but as you can see on the right side, I have a different set of layers for each of the things I have here. This one with the checkered texture, I'm not going to use it, so I'm going to unselect it. Then I have font color, which for now is just white. Well, actually, it's actually transparent. I'm going to turn this into Tim Hortons cup. So I'm going to select a color over here. I'm going to say it's going to be like this color, maybe, right? And with the bucket, I'm going to paint it. So that will be the base color. And you can see in another layer, I have the UV snapshot. Here, I need to see where I'm going to put a logo for it. So first things first, I need to add image Tim Hortons logo. See what I find. Okay, we have this. Let me see here in images. Take one like this one, for example, which has a black border. This one will work, I guess. So I'm going to select this one. I'm going to save it, save image as, and again, I'm going to save it on the desktop. And this will be Tim Hortons logo. Right, I'm going to save it. I'm going to go back to Photoshop Free, and I'm going to say, let me see if I can bring it as open image. But I'm not sure if it's going to close this. Okay, open image as layer, this one. And I'm going to select Tim Hortons logo, open, and there you go. Now I'm going to jump back into Maya. And I'm just going to see where exactly I'm going to lay out the logo for the cup. I'm going to face mode, press 5 to have a shaded view of it. So if let's say I want the logo to to be laid out on this section. So it's after the second column is the following 5 columns of the texture after the second one. Okay, so I'm gonna go back here, Photoshop Online, and here I'm going to select, I think it's Control T. No, of course not. I'm going to image, edit, yeah, free transform. And I'm going to make it smaller. Oops. I'm going to make it with Shift. I'm going to make it smaller, uniformly smaller. Okay. So we said that after the second column, the next following 5. So it looks to me that there's 1, 2. Let me increase the size of this thing. Increase the size of this thing to 75%. Okay, so I'm going to, yeah, so after the second one, these next 5. So I'm going to put this guy over here, maybe. And let me see if with the wonder, I'm going to take the white color and I'm just going to delete so I end up with just the logo of the cup. And I'm going to hide layer number 4, which is the snapshot. I'm going to hide it. And now I'm going to save this image as a JPEG so I can paste it over the object. So I'm going to save this as a JPEG, 100%. I'm going to say OK. And again, I'm going to put it in here. Cup texture, that's perfect. Okay. Image saved. Okay, so now I'm going back into Maya. And I'm going to replace the texture for the object, for this object. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to open again Window, Rendering Editors, Hypershade. And I'm going to create a new material. So instead of this funk, I'm going to create, let's say, a bling. Now I'm going to say make a bling just for fun. And double click on it. I see the attributes on this side. Remember here in color, instead of color, I'm going to click over this area and I'm going to select a file as a texture. Instead of the checker one, I'm going to select file. And it asks me, okay, image name, which exactly is the file you want here. So I'm going to click on this folder over here and I'm going to go to desktop and I'm going to select cup texture JPEG, which is this one. I'm going to hit open and now I'm going to apply this material, middle mouse button, drag and drop over the object, and there you go. I have my textured cup. Oops. See, I still have the shading. I have wireframe unshaded. I'm going to uncheck this option so I don't have any image over there. I'm going to object mode. And I'm going to press 3 to have the smooth out view, and there you go. As a texture cup.